Was auch immer da gezeigt wird. Bin sehr gespannt. Beziehungsweise machen wir mal ganz kurz anders.
Hello and welcome to the Future Game Show. I'm Nicole Tompkins, though you may know me as Jill Valentine in Resident Evil 3. And today, we have an absolute monster of a show for you. And if I've learned anything about monsters, it's that they're best tackled with a partner. So please join me in welcoming my co-host, Jeff Shine.
Hey Nicole, and hey everybody at home watching. My name is Jeff Shine, but you might recognize me as Carlos Oliveira.
Was von der Lautstärke soll ich lauter stellen?
Nick, I feel pretty good about this. I feel like it's nice to get the team back together.
We do make a good team. Though, I mean, hopefully today's a little bit more even-handed, because I tend to do most of the heavy lifting, fighting Nemesis like 16 times, getting Subway back on.
I hate to butt into the main show, but I think I had it pretty tough in Resident Evil 2. 2 words for you. Mr. X.
That's fair.
X gonna give it to you. Resident Evil 2 war super gut, das Remake. Holy shit, das war ein so gutes Remake. Habe ich einen Respekt vor. Pascho? Gut.
World premieres, exclusive trailers, and a few surprises in store.
Let's kick off with our first world premiere, and I want you guys to wrap up, get warm, because things are about to get chilly.
World premiere.
So, any word on Kai? Or his supposed crash?
Don't, please. Nobody's ruled it a crash anyway. They said it just
Wieder so ein Survival-Spiel.
vanished.
I don't know, sis. Once is bad luck. Twice, well...
It's that damned robot. Always watching him. It's enough to drive anyone nuts.
Scheint wieder so ein Survival-Spiel zu sein, von wegen, du landest irgendwo hart und...
Anyway, the
Ne?
whole thing smells off to me. Like a setup.
Oh God. You don't think he couldn't have done this on purpose?
Who knows? I never did understand.
Oh nein, der Roboter ist böse.
Not really.
Well, at least he's not alone this time. Little Charlie and Amelia, though. They've been through so much already.
Maybe they're better off without him.
That's what Kai said the last time we talked, but...
Let's face it, the little brother's pretty messed up. And who the hell knows where it really is right now.
Wird zu laut? Alles klar. Ich kann es nicht genau einordnen, wie laut es ist. Oder wie gut es ist von der Lautstärke. Also wenn es wirklich zu laut sein sollte, sagt Bescheid. Also kann ich einstellen.
Hi, I'm James Simpson, director at Goldfire Studios, and we're working on a game called Arctic Awakening. Arctic Awakening is an episodic narrative adventure game about the survivors of a plane crash in the unforgiving Arctic winter.
Episodische Spiele schon mal
Their
nicht gut.
story is one of survival, friendship, self-discovery, and the mysteries they encounter along the way. The year is 2062, and you play as Kai, an ex-Navy pilot who has retreated into isolation after recent traumatic events upend his life. He now finds himself in unknown territory with a missing co-pilot and only an AI drone to keep him company. Today, we're really excited to share this exclusive gameplay from shortly after the crash. Kai is desperate to find Donovan, but the AI drone isn't about to let him just wander off into a blizzard without first starting a fire. Part of Alfie's job is never letting Kai out of his sight, and this tends to get under Kai's skin. Much of Arctic Awakening revolves around exploring the beautiful open world and uncovering the mysteries that lie within. However, the choices you make, or don't make, through your actions and fully voiced conversations directly impact how Kai's relationships with the
Episode ist narrativ, schreibt doch ein Buch. Ja. Sie könnten es als Buch machen, aber
Arctic Awakening is coming to PC.
Das ist halt der Vorteil, wenn man sowas machen kann, ne? Spiele machen. Du kannst halt dein Dingen halt visuell umwandeln. Und das ist... Man hat mehr Freiheiten als in einem Film, beispielsweise. Weil man mehr reinballern kann. Ich finde es nicht schlecht, dass man sowas machen kann, aber es ist nicht meins. Ist halt nur... Ja, das Episodische ist halt das Problem für mich in so einem Fall. Kann halt ewig dauern, bis das nächste Ding rauskommt. Ach, das Spiel schon... Jesus. So häufig wie wir das Spiel gesehen haben in der Vergangenheit und die haben nie irgendwo Informationen rausgehauen, wann das kommt. Ich kann es nicht mehr sehen. Aber es ist ein Roguelike und das ist cool.
Fast-paced sci-fi shooter with roguelike elements, and as a new addition to Housemarque, we're adding a layer of narrative storytelling.
That can't be here.
In Returnal, you take on the role of Celine. Celine is a deep space astro scout that crash lands on a planet called Atropos. On this planet, she quickly realizes that she's stuck in a never-ending nightmarish loop that always upon her death, she wakes up in the same place, but the world has changed and all the challenges that she has to face are different. At the focus of the game, we have a very tight gameplay loop where you dash, jump around, shoot at enemies with lots of tentacles coming at you. There are also a lot of bullet hell elements, so fast-paced maneuvering, dodging, and running and gunning is the main focus of the game. But there are also lots of the storytelling layers that Celine finds out about in a non-linear fashion. So as you make your way through Atropos, you find out who your main character is, what is the sort of deepest secret that she's trying to answer, and also how this planet ties into the whole bigger picture and who are actually the inhabitants of this mysterious planet. Overall, we at Housemarque are looking forward to bringing you a very exciting and frenetic shooter experience, and Returnal will be hitting PlayStation 5s on April the 30th this year. So
hey, guck mal, das ist das dritte Spiel, was auf PlayStation 5 kommt. Wahnsinn. Und ja, ich weiß, das ist ein bisschen übertrieben, aber PlayStation hat absolut keine Spiele aktuell. Das ist eine tote Konsole momentan. Sieht das aus wie Doom? Ich wollte gerade sagen, es hat sehr, sehr viele Doom-Elemente drin. Es ist sehr bunt, was den ganzen Effekte angeht. Das ist cool.
But here in present day, we've got a world premiere of the newest trailer.
Hey, guck mal, das ist Free Houses. Ah. Chris Bell.
I've been having these strange dreams.
Oh, ist das bunt, Heilige.
It's a memory of my mother from long ago. We need to hurry up. We have to stop her. I do feel a connection. There's something there.
Turn-based RPG? Cool.
I am Wilhelm the Wise. You, it seems, are a time mage. As am I. And while my powers have led to my youthful appearance, yours are the gift to see possibility.
Who are you supposed to be?
Hello, my name is...
Tell me if we survive. You know how to fight? Hold your ground. They won't get past us.
Die Animationen sehen ziemlich... Sprechender Frosch. Wow. Die Animationen sehen ein bisschen hakelig aus.
This will serve as a good opportunity for me to demonstrate my capabilities.
What the fuck?
I am
Android?
certain I was created with a purpose. I wish to discover what it was. We'll have time for your banter later. Let's move forward.
Hold on. You have a talking frog, and you didn't mention it?
Das nächste Spiel, was auf Switch kommt, könnte sein. Das ist so ein Trailer, den man raushaut, wenn man nicht wirklich was hat, was man zur Story zeigen will. Und wegen hier habt ihr alle Charaktere. Die Filme damals hatten auch kein 60 FPS. Ja, die Animation damals in den Trickfilmen war aber sehr, sehr flüssig dafür, dass es nicht 60 FPS waren. Sehr, sehr flüssig. Das Ding hat eine Demo, cool.
Chris Tales is coming to consoles and PC in July this year.
Now, back in 2015, Axiom Verge blew us away with its retro Metroidvania action.
Oh, Axiom Verge. Habe ich gespielt gehabt, angespielt. Das ist ganz cool.
And the work of just one developer. So prepare to feel very lazy in comparison.
Hello, I'm Tom Happ, and I'm here to tell you a little
Hi,
bit
Tom.
about my upcoming game, Axiom Verge 2. But first, a quick trip down memory lane. For anyone not familiar with the first Axiom Verge, here's a very brief synopsis. The story was a sci-fi adventure in which you play as Trace, a scientist who winds up in the world of Sudra. His mind is preserved by machines, and every time he dies, his memories are transferred into a new, cloned body. It's a love letter to some of my favorite games growing up, including Metroid, Blaster Master, Contra, and many more. When I crafted the story, I made sure to think deeply about the entire universe of Axiom Verge. How did it come to be? How was it related to our world? I ultimately decided to break the full story of the Axiom Verge universe into multiple parts, with multiple perspectives, each intended to be its own game. And now, the next chapter is ready to be revealed. I don't want to spoil things too much, but most of Axiom Verge 2 is set before the events of Axiom Verge 1. But they're each standalone complementary experiences, so you can play them in either order.
In irgendeiner Art und Weise.
In Axiom Verge 2, you play as
Das Logo hat mich zumindest ein bisschen abgeschreckt gehabt, es zu spielen, aber es ist echt cool.
3 conglomerate. Hiding in Antarctica is what appears to be an ancient, alternate Earth, complete with mountains, lakes, deserts, and the ruins of a civilization. But you get the feeling that something else is lurking just past the fringes of reality, waiting to pull you in. Although Axiom Verge 1 and 2 flesh out different parts of the same overall universe, their mechanics are quite different. The games share the same DNA, and fans of the first game will definitely feel right at home in this one. But make no mistake, this isn't just an iteration of the gameplay you saw in the first game. It is a complementary piece of the overall puzzle that is Axiom Verge.
Nie gesehen.
Now, it would be customary in a developer commentary to go into lots of detail about all the new and different mechanics and introduce new enemy types, bosses, and weapons, but I'm really hoping to avoid spoilers here. Even mentioning that there are spoilers is itself a spoiler. But one thing that does not change is that there are tons of hidden areas for you to explore and mysteries to find. So if you really like the feeling of figuring out deeply hidden secrets, I think you'll love Axiom Verge 2. Be sure to keep an eye out for Axiom Verge 2 when it launches on the Epic Games Store and Nintendo Switch this spring.
Thanks again to Tom for that guided tour. Axiom Verge 2 is due out
Nie
on
gehört
PC
und
and
gesehen.
Switch later in 2021.
This next game is what I'm all about. 60 ninjas enter. Only one ninja leaves.
Are you going to be that one
Gott, es ist ein Ninja Battle Royale.
Anything's possible.
Ich dachte, auf der rechten Seite steht erstmal Bayonetta. Geil. Naja. Hey, guck mal, das ist der Drache aus Mario Odyssey. What the fuck? What the fuck? Es ist einfach ein fucking Battle Royale Spiel mit Ninjas. Ja, ganz ehrlich, wenn du 60 gegen 60 hast, ja, und ihr spielt Ninjas, was sollte passieren? Keiner findet überhaupt einen, weil es Ninjas sind. Es sei denn, der Ort ist zu klein. Nebenbei, holy shit, die Bitrate in dem Video, in dem Stream ist gerade richtig rotzig. Holy shit. Ich glaube an der Übertragungsrate wahrscheinlich. Damn, der Combo, die so richtig hart. Ich muss sagen, das gefällt mir. Nahkampf Battle Royale. Dann sind wieder Teams, ne? Dreier-Teams. Weiß nicht, von der Mechanik hat das ein bisschen was von einem MOBA, was die da drauf haben teilweise. Naraka. Ja. Ich finde das sieht nicht schlecht aus. PC-Spiel. Ich würde es nicht woanders drauf spielen wollen. Das ist das Ding, was man auf PC spielen muss. Sonst ist die Verbindung zu beschissen. Und allein wenn man hier die Welt mal anschaut, was wir haben. Sehr hoch detailmäßig. Du brauchst auf jeden Fall einen PC für, damit es flüssig läuft. Ja, nur PC only. Ja, es ist ein taktisches Battle Royale. Das ist mal voll interessant. Das ist super interessant. Ich würd's spielen. Nur ich weiß ja nicht, wie die Bitrate dann sein wird. Naja.
Hi, I'm Weston, the director of the upcoming action-adventure game Savior. In Savior, you play as Sam, a stranger with no possessions and no memory. As you explore, you'll discover your origin and your place among the characters.
Das war gerade Metroid.
You have to either battle, evade, or persuade your opponents into joining you in order to rebuild the broken world of Arcadia. At its core, there are three things that make Savior special.
Combat.
First is the combat system. It was inspired by playing years of Punch-Out on the NES.
Punch-Out?
So you and many of your opponents have the ability to strike, dodge, and parry.
Ach du Scheiße.
Which adds realistic strategy not really found in the genre. Opponents strike fast,
Jesus.
But they all telegraph their strikes, so you'll learn their attack patterns and surely best them over time. The early enemies don't block so well.
Das ist so wie Zelda 2 sein müsste, ohne Scheiß. What the fuck?
But as you progress, you'll need to watch for telegraphs and time your dodges, blocks, and counters.
Okay, das ist cool.
Things get dicier when two opponents attack at once. They'll always try to surround you, and it's best not to let them. Next is movement. Sam runs and jumps like many other 2D action game characters, but she does much more.
What?
In addition of parkour, especially the ledge grab, she bounds
Hardcore Parkour, Alter.
Unique and satisfying fluidity. The dozens of animations and movement commands make movement a standout feature. Just running around is fun. Arcadia is a land divided. The Chosen have lived under the rule of their deity for 1,000 years.
Ja, man kann sagen, was man will. Pixel, es ist wie ein Pixelspiel, aber fuck.
Especially the punishment for doubt or challenge. Any who oppose the creed are banished and dropped into the depths of the planet.
Oh, she did.
They are known as the Fallen. But the Fallen survived their banishment. They explored their underground home where they thrived. But the Chosen and the Fallen have been divided too long. It's up to you to reunite them.
Das hat doch dieses typische 80er, 90er irgendwo Spiele.
To bring Savior to Steam and Nintendo Switch in winter of 2022.
Kommt aber Switch, cool.
Add Savior to your wish list on Steam, sign up for our newsletter, follow us on social
hat diese
media
typische
to stay up to date
Aufmachung
on our
als Bild.
Savior is coming to PC and Switch in
Also
winter 2022. Our next game
vorne drauf hat.
opened the very first Future Game Show
Das ist ein
and
gutes
had us
Spiel,
itching
holy
to
shit.
see more ever since. Please welcome Team Kill Media
Wenn
with a
ich
new
das erste
slice of
Prince of
action
Persia.
in their console
Ja.
horror shooter, Quantum
Ja.
Error.
Das erste Prince of Persia war richtig gut, holy crap. Was ist das, Doom? Moment. Das sieht ein bisschen eher aus wie Dead Space, nur halt in wesentlich niedrigerer Resolution und voll noch nicht fertig gearbeitet. Also definitiv von Dead Space inspiriert. Die Art und Weise, wie der Charakter auch steht, wenn er... Ja, definitiv. 100 Pro. Aber sehr staubig und sandig. Yikes. Mischung aus Doom und Dead Space. Ja. Es ist sehr düster und in engen Räumen Gegner zu haben, die so aussehen. Nee, danke. Aber anscheinend sind die Gegner doof. What the fuck? Ew. What the fuck? Bro, what the fuck? Fliegende Köpfe? Ja, das ist definitiv Doom. Nett. Ah, die müssen auf jeden Fall... Also das Spiel ist sowas von unfertig. Holy crap. Was die Geräusche und alles angeht. Da muss noch einiges getan werden. Also wie das aussieht, wäre das aus 2010? 12 vielleicht? Ist das ein Enderman? Slenderman? Man darf den nicht aus den Augen verlieren, sonst greift er einen böse an. Na super. Oh boy. Ja, das ist so ein Slenderman-Typi. Oh no. Hinter dir. Oh Jesus. Ich liebe es ja, wenn Gegner einfach random hinter einem wegspawnen. Okay, das ist eine geile Waffe. Holy shit. Ein PlayStation-Spiel. Tatsache, PlayStation 4, 5 und Xbox Series X. What?
That was just 4 minutes of the terrifying Quantum Error, which is coming to PS5, PS4, and Xbox Series X and S. To see the extended cut of this demo, check out Games Radar tomorrow.
Das sieht nicht schlecht aus, aber es sieht unfertig aus. Kann natürlich Beta-Version-Zeug sein, was dann noch gezeigt worden ist, was ein bisschen nicht das widerspiegelt, was es eigentlich an sein sollte. Hey Octoman, das war's für dich. Oh no. Buttonmeschen.
Chasing a kid, I know how it looks. Her dad won't be thrilled, but they have to help me. I'm not asking much, just say she was saved in the car.
Oh, what? What the fuck? Ich glaube, das Feedback war sehr mau in dem anderen ja, auf jeden Fall. Das war wieder so ein Storyspiel mit alternativen Endings und sowas wahrscheinlich. So theatralisch. Okay. Das kann man nachvollziehen.
We can exclusively announce that Of Bird and Cage launches for PC on May 20th, and PS4, Xbox One, and Switch later this year. You can wishlist the game right now on Steam.
Of Bird and Cage.
Our next game is all about the power of cooperation.
Like when I fight Nemesis and you shout advice from a safe distance?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty much exactly like that. Here's Joseph Fares to tell us how you'll be teaming up in the new adventure game from EA Originals, It Takes Two.
EA Originals? Ach, das ist das Spiel. Das war gut. Book of Love.
My name is Joseph Fares, and I'm the founder and writer, director at Hazelight Studios. And Brothers A Tale of Two Sons, A Way Out, and now the new game coming out March 26th, It Takes Two. Actually, what we do at Hazelight is actually quite
Wir sind verwandelt worden in komische Figuren.
Experience that are written and designed from the beginning, from the start, like that. You do have co-op games out there, but none that
sehr beeindruckend anzuschauen, aber
narrative way. These are not dropout, which means that we can create unique experiences and unique stories. That's very. There are situations in this game, I would say, that almost have a physical connection to the player as well. It's also something I think is underestimated what you can do creatively.
Kennst du nicht?
How comes you get all the cool gadgets?
Because I'm cooler than you, Cody.
Das. Wo hatten sie es gezeigt gehabt?
The connection it could be metaphoric connection, like.
Ich glaube Gamescom?
We have a section
ich glaube, es war ein Gamescom-Spiel, was gezeigt worden ist da.
That's a metaphor for attraction. So whatever happens in the story will be reflected in the gameplay. Even
oder E3.
Like this, in this case, they are in a
Auf jeden Fall ist es ein Koop-Spiel, was
the clay character Cody forgot
halt
to
dumme
clean
Story
the
hat irgendwo anscheinend.
So in real life, obviously. So right now, the squirrels that live in that tree are in war with the wasps, and you actually use the squirrels' high-tech weapons to take
gegen
out
Wespen
the wasps.
kämpfen.
And as you see,
What
May
the fuck?
can shoot matches and he can shoot sap, and when you combine those, you create an explosion. So again, it's a unique mechanic for every character that kind of connects to the story. That's
Gott,
why
das geht Richtung Portal von Koop, was man machen muss.
You'll be playing it. This is just some example. What you're seeing here is just the mechanic for this level, and you will be doing different things for every level you play, and whatever happened in the story, you will be playing it.
Also wenn ich das spielen wollen würde, bräuchte ich auf jeden Fall eine zweite Person, die mitspielt. Falls es denn überhaupt online spielbar ist.
And you play it in a couch, and you play with a friend for free, then it should be the same for you if you play it online. It wouldn't be fair just because your friend can play with you in the couch, this person have to pay double the price. You know what I mean? From that perspective, Friends Pass came up because it makes sense. It's a logical decision.
Yeah, you feel that? Kisses, you like?
It's wrong with that guy.
Jesus, verkackte
Buch. It's gonna be such a wild ride to play this game. It's gonna be such a unique experience from the beginning to the end, and it's gonna be a joy and adventure. I can't wait to look at some reactions when the players stream this and play this, because I know there will be definitely some really cool reactions, especially on some scenes, and especially one scene that I think is gonna be quite special.
You feel it?
All right, so the game is coming out on March 26th. It will be on let's see now, PS4, PS5, Xbox, Xbox One, I could do it, Xbox X, Series X, and I don't know, but not Switch for now. We don't have any plan for it now. Who knows in the future, maybe. But other than that, all future console and next gen.
Komm, morgen raus?
You'll be able to take advantage of Friends Pass when It Takes Two launches on PS4, PS5.
Das kriegt auf jeden Fall eine sehr hohe Bewertung von den Leuten. Ich wette drauf. Sehr, sehr hohe Bewertung.
PC tomorrow on March 26th.
Our next game is like Cyberpunk meets Sherlock Holmes as you crack cases in virtual worlds. Are you ready to play Digital Detective in Game Deck?
Game Deck?
It's a strange profession, Game Deck. You're neither a player nor a detective. You know the rules and how people break them.
So do I. Was?
How they leave a digital trail. And there is always a trail. A flaw in the source code. Backdoors used by cheaters.
What?
Anonymity skins, used to cover up unpopular activities. All can be found. All can be traced. With a lot of skill and a little bit of luck. Sometimes more than a little. Because there are surprises, even for a game deck. But in the end, you keep your eyes on the prize. The trail never gets cold. And so the game is always on.
Das ist interessant. Man soll Cheatern auch hinterher brettern in den Videospielen oder was? The fuck? Das sieht aber von dem Trailer ganz anders aus als vom Gameplay. Holy shit. Oh Mann.
Nicole, question. Do you think you got what it takes to be a firefighter?
Yes.
Habe ich mitbekommen, was das Spiel von uns will? Anscheinend man ist so eine Art Detektiv, der Cheater in irgendwo Spielen finden soll oder sonst was und die aufhalten. Ich habe keine Ahnung.
Become your own boss. As a firefighter, food delivery person, or a courier, Ember hits consoles with cross-play functionality for up to 4 players.
Ouch.
Rescue together. Escape together. Deliver together. Boss fight together.
Oh mein Gott, das ist Resident Evil.
Salvage together.
Das ist der Anfang vom Resident Evil Film.
Risking your life for money has never been more rewarding.
Das ist auf jeden Fall wieder so ein Spiel, was man mit mehreren Leuten zusammenspielen sollte.
Summer 2021.
Ember is out now on PC and Stadia and is coming to console.
Über Firefighters. Ja, Mann.
Our next game takes one of the best detective adventures of recent years and makes it prettier and puzzlier, yes, that's a word, than ever before. This is Kathy Rain, the director's cut.
Spiel für Gary. Oh Mann.
Hi, I'm Ariel Siegel, and I am delighted to be here at the Future Game Show to talk to you about Kathy Rain, Director's Cut. This is a game that excites me a whole lot because, well, first, I play Kathy in it, but also because the director's cut is an even better version of the original game that launched in 2016. For those of you who have been missing out, let me fill you in on the details. So, Kathy Rain is a point-and-click adventure set in the 1990s. It's the story of a strong-willed journalism major, that's me, who is forced to confront her troubled past as she investigates the mysterious death of her recently departed grandfather. Armed with her motorcycle, a pack of cigs, and a notepad, Kathy delves into a local mystery surrounding her hometown that takes her on a harrowing journey of emotional and personal turmoil. The director's cut features an extended story with more puzzles to solve and new areas to explore. There's also an expanded and remixed soundtrack, cool new bike designs to unlock, controller support, and more. It's been almost 5 years now since Kathy was first shared with the world, and we've taken everything we've learned to give you the most complete realization of Kathy's journey yet. I, for one, love being a part of this project, and I can't wait for you all to get on the Catmobile when we launch this fall on Steam for Windows, Mac, and Linux.
Nicht so meins. Point-and-click Adventure, Future Games.
Thanks to Ariel for showing us Kathy Rain, the director's cut, which is coming to PC later this year.
Now it's time for a sneak peek at what's in store from our pals at Team 17. Oh, how many hours have I spent playing worms over the years?
I once fought giant mutant worms in a sewer.
It's a very different vibe, Nicole. It's a very different vibe.
Ja, es gibt noch einiges an Zeugs, was man so kennt, wo man sich gegenseitig irgendwo platt machen soll. Arita Boy, what the fuck? Techno Sword. Techno. What the fuck? Worms Rumble. Das ist kein klassisches Worms. The fuck? Das ist interessant. Ich finde super, wie die jedes Mal einem das Team in die Schnauze werfen, hier Team 17. Das sieht interessant aus. Ich weiß, mit den meisten der Spiele kann ich nicht wie wir anfangen.
I'm interrupting this broadcast to invite you all to submit to me. Submit your application to become my new cult architect when, honey, I joined a cult enters Steam Early Access.
Honey, I joined a cult. Ach du Scheiße, was zum Teufel?
We are not a dangerous organization. In fact, we're all about the safe sex.
Ich weiß, was das ist.
So come join the inner circle when Honey, I joined a cult comes to Steam Early Access. Interruption in.
Das ist quasi wie das eine Spiel, wo man sich ein Gefängnis aufbauen muss mit einer Story drin. Ganz, ganz komisch.
That was a collection of games coming from Team 17 over the coming weeks and months. For more info on them,
das ist mit dem
check
Gefängnis
out
auch wesentlich
gamesradar.com.
brutaler, als man es annehmen würde.
And we finally get to fight some zombies in Back for Blood. You up for some co-op play, Jeff?
I don't know. These are looking a little faster than what I'm used to.
Yeah, you're right. Lucky for me, I've got developers Turtle Rock to show us the game instead.
Getting out of here is the key to my happiness.
Everyone ready?
Follow my lead, if you can keep up.
Just try not to do anything stupid.
Yay, Zombie-Shooter.
Hello, I'm Leanne Papp, and I'm the executive producer at Turtle Rock Studios. Right now we're working on Back for Blood, which is a first-person co-op zombie shooter that takes place after a catastrophic outbreak where most people have either died
Back for Blood, das war doch das
in this game,
Left 4
you're
Dead
part of a group
Klon
of
Gedingse,
veterans
ne?
that we refer to as the Cleaners, who are ready to take the fight back to the zombies, which we call the Ridden.
They're gluttons for punishment today.
Das Zombie-Spiel einfach locker macht. Soll ich leiser machen?
This is alpha footage that stars 4 of our 8 cleaners. We've got Walker, Evangelo, Hoffman, and Holly. And as you watch the footage, you're going to see that we have a lot of different kinds of Ridden. We've got some base special Ridden like the Tall Boy and the Stinger, and then there are also mutated versions of them as well. But we've got something that's especially special for us that we're very much into and very excited about, and we feel that this is bringing something new to the genre. We have our Ogre. He is this massive mutated Ridden that rises from the ground, and in that moment you have to decide if you're going to face off against this tanky character or run away and face him when you're better equipped.
Oh, this is not good.
Ach so. Okay. Ja, das ist das Left 4 Dead geklonte Dinge so. Was ganz gut aussieht an sich. Das könnte man im Discord cool zusammen zocken, denke ich. Oder halt, wir suchen uns halt ein paar Leute zusammen, mit denen wir das zocken können.
We're also adding some roguelite elements with our card system that's actually pretty cool, and we think provides a different spin on it and provides even more replayability to the
Roguelite?
game. So we should definitely talk about our game director as well as our card system. You're going to be familiar with how we start off this game. You're going to start in a
Typische Videos einfach mal zu laut sind, okay.
And the game director is going to play what we call corruption cards. You get to know what kind of challenges he's going to throw at you and your team by looking at what these cards are. They might be things like Swarm of Bruisers or Ridden on Fire. And you then get to know exactly what it is that you're going to face. So after you see those cards, you're then going to be given a hand from a deck that you've built. And you need to decide what cards you're going to play. Coordination with your team is going to be super key.
Ich habe mal eine Frage an euch. Habt ihr je in einem Zombie-Apokalypse-Spiel einen Zombie gesehen, der in einem Rollstuhl fährt? Ich nie. Die sollten definitiv mal mehr Zombies einbauen, die irgendwo mal ein bisschen von Natur aus
Back for Blood is coming to Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PS5, PS4,
bisschen Probleme haben, körperlich.
You're going to be able to play the game in the upcoming open
Zombie
beta on both
Rollstuhl
PC
verrät
and
aber auch
console.
irgendwas.
We're going to have more information on that soon, so stay tuned.
Oder so ein Zombie mit Krücken oder sowas. Das sind immer nur die ganzen normalen Zombies, die da rumleuchten und kräuchen, ja. Alle immer 2 Arme, 2 Beine, ein Kopf. Oder mehrere Arme, mehrere Beine. Fett. Aber nie großartig irgendwelche... Ja. Ich glaube, sonst werden die Leute ein bisschen zu mad. Oh, Totenschädel.
We stood against enemies of order.
Ein Zombie, der Auto fährt, genau, beispielsweise. Warhammer.
Arrived at the gates of heavens, shaped by righteousness, reforged in thunder,
clad in living armor. We come down among lightning to protect the mortal realms once more. We are Sigma's wrath manifest. In his name, we wage war! We are the Stormcast Eternals.
Also ehrlich, Warhammer ist so eine Serie,
You can step into the shoes of a
die
Lord
ist
Arcanum when Tempest Fall
sowas
launches on
von
Oculus and Steam this summer.
episch, aber sowas von lächerlich
you remember
episch.
the hospital
Aber ich
siege
bin da nie
in
reingekommen in die
Resident
Serie.
Evil 3?
Oh, how could I forget?
Well, this next bit is a little bit like that, except instead of zombies, I'm gonna throw loads of games at you.
Oh, that actually sounds way better.
Sieht ja aus wie Rot als Erwachsener. Als alter Mann. Mit roten Kappe und so. Und seinen kleinen Pokémon hinterher brettern. Da hat wohl einer gern die Simpsons gespielt. Hehehe. Monster Harvest. Ja. Yay, Zombieland. Mit Oculus Quest. Ich weiß nicht, VR-Shooter, solange man sich nicht bewegen muss, ist es irgendwo lame. Deswegen, ich habe hier meine Brille auf, ich mach und das war's. So lame. Voodoo. Dorfromantik. Ja, natürlich. Jeder mit jedem. Was?
For more information on all those great games, make sure to check out GamesRadar.com.
Now, if you're looking for something more melodic than the sound of Jeff's voice, you should check out our next game, The Longest Road on Earth. Bonus fact, this trailer contains an exclusive performance of one of the tracks.
Als vieles für Switch.
Enjoy.
Ja, mag sein, aber
I've been walking for a while, there's 100 miles left to go.
Was ist eine Maus?
100 miles left to go.
What the fuck?
On the way, gotta try. Dream of baby feels alright. Feels alright. I've been walking for a while, there's 100 miles left to go. 100 miles left to go. I've been running out of time, there's 100 miles left to go. 100 miles left to go.
Ich hab ja das gleiche Mikrofon. Das ist ein gutes Mikrofon. Die längste Straße auf Erden. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was das Spiel sein soll.
The Longest Road on Earth launches on PC later this year.
Our next game is an open-world survival simulator that put PC gamers through hell. Specifically, Green Hell. Here's an exciting new announcement from the team at Creepy Jar.
Braucht nur die Gitarre. Das ist ein Alligator. Yikes. Oder ein Krokodil. Ist aber die Gitarre hier.
Can you survive green hell?
Kann sogar Musik
Find out
machen.
when it comes to consoles in June this year.
This next game starred in our Gamescom show and tasks 2 cooperative spies to break into top secret locations.
Well, then it's a good thing I partnered with Jill Valentine, huh? Master of unlocking.
Here's the latest news for Operation Tango.
Oh, we gotta work together?
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh dear, this is a recipe for disaster.
What did you do?
I'm gonna do it. You ready?
I'm nervous.
I'm in.
Freunde spielen gratis. What?
So I'm gonna need you to suck it up, Buttercup, and put that passcode in.
Tango.
Your infiltration begins on consoles and PC on June 1st.
Green Hell ist das, was die Leute wollen. Sprichst mir unironisch. Natürlich. Oh Gott, Oddworld. Ich weiß, was die Leute mit Oddworld mögen, ey. Ich finde diesen Stil grausig ekelhaft anzuschauen.
Hi, I'm Lorne Lanning, co-founder and creator of Oddworld, and I'm excited to be
mir
here
jedes Mal
at
den
Future
Magen
Game Show to bring you this abridged playthrough from Oddworld Soulstorm. At this point in the game, we're on a mission to hijack a train that we're told is at a fat station.
And so with each level, you get an introduction, usually of your goal happening in the background, and now we settle down to where Abe just entered into the scene. And now he needs to get to the fat station to hijack a train, and that should be up ahead. And now he's got a little bit of a journey through the world to get there. Okay, so now you're approaching, you see a train in the distance pulling in, and now you're approaching the fat station. So now you knew you had to reach the fat station, and there's a train, and you know you got to hijack a train, but you're going to have to get through the fat station first. And this is a lot of where we wanted more of the story telling us through the 2.9D camera, so we have that setup and that approach. It feels more cinematic. And here you can get an overlook, and if we look in there, this is the tanks and the whole area we're going to have to get through. And now you're dealing with snipers. You're running across steam vents. And I'm going to go down here. We wanted to get more of that sense of height and perspective and all that. And it also reveals secret areas that you wouldn't normally see where you can go collect goods and stuff. But we're not going to go there right now because we're just going to continue on and start going into the tank field because we still got to get to the pump so we can get to the train so we can complete our mission and then catch up with our buddies at the trellis. Here's some classic Abe play where, you know, he's using steam zones to hide from the enemies and they can't see, they're kind of blind in the steam zone. So using the old Oddworld logic, if you can't see Abe barely, then neither can the enemies. And this was a way that you could have traversed to get past this slick. But if you use if you crafted up some inventory to this point, this would have been a stealth approach with no killing happening. This would be a little more not nice approach, where you might have used something a little more lethal. And that would be very nice, and you don't want to do that, of course. Oops. But it's a different way to solve the same problem.
Ich muss sagen, das Spiel sieht gut aus. Animationen sind absolut genial gut. Das ist mir einfach dieses einen dieser komischen Dinger sein soll, das mir nicht gefällt. Aber ich verstehe von dem Zeug nichts, was der sagt.
We're getting now to the pump area. There's all these more physical challenges where there's Mudokons you're going to have to get in through the pump all the way up to the train way above. So now this is like a tower of hazards, and you're going to get more and more Mudokons to go through here with you. And you're going to try not to get them killed, or yourself.
Nochmal aufgegeben in der Mikrowelle.
The world, and when these cables are pulled and activated, you'll see the pulses running. So it really helped with people understanding what the problem, the puzzles were here in cases like this. So you're getting more and more Mudokons following you through more and more dangerous conditions. And they're stacking up more and more, and the more you get, the easier it is to get lots of them more killed, even though you shouldn't. Come on, go, 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 go. Okay. And killing them, of course, is not the best karma.
Here to break you up.
Er ist gestorben. Und die sind gestorben. Und er ist gestorben. Also wie die Lemming hier, Alter. Holy shit.
Now, well, you only got there with what, 2, 1?
Oh, so wie die in meine Richtung geschleudert werden, die landen gleich beim Teller.
And from here, and look at all my dead guys, but from here, this gets us up to the area of the train station where we can now access the train that will then lead us on our mission forward. Oddworld Soulstorm is coming to the PS5, PS4, and the Epic Games Store April 6th. You can pre-purchase the game now on the Epic Games Store, and PlayStation 5 PS Plus members will be able to download
Ich schaue es mir vielleicht
the
mal
game
an,
at no
aber selber
extra
spielen
cost.
wahrscheinlich nicht.
Oddworld Soulstorm is coming to PC, PS4, and PS5 on April 6th.
First revealed at the Future Game Show last June, Serial Cleaners builds on the hit crime scene clean 'em up with 4 distinct cleaners and 4 distinct styles. Let's see a messier approach in our first gameplay reveal.
Okay.
World premiere.
Boah, mit dem Volksverstärker am Leben genutzt für die Qualität des Sounds. Das war laut. So könnte eine Metalband sein. Ist bestimmt eine Metalband, 100 Pro. Erst killen und dann sauber machen.
Grab your mop and your rubber gloves because Serial Cleaners is coming to PC later this year. You can wishlist the game on Steam and Epic Store now.
In space, no one can hear you scream.
But neither can they hear you say, whoa. Which is exactly what you'll do when you see the amazing things Frontier is doing in Elite Dangerous Odyssey.
Hello, I'm Gareth Hughes from Frontier Developments and I'm the lead designer on Elite Dangerous. Right now, we're working on Elite Dangerous Odyssey, the most ambitious expansion for Elite Dangerous to date. For the first time in Elite's history, the Odyssey expansion will allow players to set foot on light atmospheric worlds powered by amazing new planetary technology. Players will be able to disembark from their ships and explore these planets, discovering new settlements and organic life forms while taking on missions and engaging in intense first-person combat.
Soulstorm ist eine kanadische Industrial and Death Metal Band von 1991. Ey, wenn von denen kein Song drin ist in dem Spiel, bin ich enttäuscht.
A shuttle service that will be available to all Odyssey players, allowing them to explore the galaxy in a totally new way. For a small fee, Apex Interstellar will let players book
Das ist Pre-Alpha Development Footage. Bro, das Spiel sieht gut aus. What the fuck?
Take them between the ports and settlements in inhabited space.
Your shuttle is ready to depart. Thank you for choosing Apex Interstellar.
Players can
Das sieht besser aus als manche Spiele, die rauskommen. What the fuck?
Surface, just like you'd hail a cab.
Aber man sieht schon, die Framerate ist gerade voll im Arsch im Spiel. Das müssen sie verbessern noch.
The excitement, scale and beauty of Elite Dangerous from a brand new perspective. Odyssey's boots on the ground gameplay will add on-foot exploration, salvaging, bounty hunting, heists and much more, all seamlessly integrated into the existing game. Elite Dangerous Odyssey is coming to PC in late spring 2021.
Xbox Showcase? Holy shit, Alter, was kommt denn diese Woche noch alles?
Earlier on the 29th of March. PlayStation and Xbox releases are planned for autumn 2021. Thank you for watching. Please enjoy the rest of the show, and we look forward to seeing you in the game.
Sieht gut aus. Keine Frage. Das Spiel sieht sehr, sehr gut aus. Und das ist in der Pre-Alpha anscheinend. Voll übel.
The Elite Dangerous Odyssey Alpha will be available on PC starting March 29th. Imagine what you could do with a machine that can read memories. That's the killer setup of Don't Forget Me, a new adventure game from the Moon Pirates, and
most of my memories involve being chased by a giant mutant.
Oh yeah. You remember that time the bugs laid eggs in you?
Ugh. We don't talk about it, Jeff.
Wir reden immer von sowas wie Eier in Leute reinlegen, ja. Ekelhaft. Ah, naja. Ein Kind bekommt es für Frauen eigentlich dasselbe. Also wieder so ein Weg, wo man mehrere Sachen wählen kann. Oh no. Don't Forget Me. Das Ding heißt Don't Forget Me. Ist ja Hammer.
Don't Forget Me launches on PC later this year.
Next up, let's look at two new titles from movie games.
Könnte
The
sein,
Polish
das
studio
Spiel.
is teaming up with Platij Image, who are famous for their work on Ubisoft and Sega CGI movies. Look out for more info on that in the summer. And here's what movie games are working on right now.
Bei 217 Grad fängt Papier an zu brennen? Okay. Ja, gerade Feuer. Boah, voll episch. Ingame Cutscenes, sie sehen aus wie echt. What the fuck?
The Great War didn't start as something we were worried about. We had no idea how it would change when they sent us directly to the front line and into the chaos. And then in the mud and drama of trench death, we learned how to survive. And how to choose between life and death. Because every saved life counts.
Das,
Movie Games says you can look forward to hearing more on
War Hospital sieht interessant aus.
later this year.
Super Narrative auf jeden Fall. Super erzählt.
And is finally coming to other platforms. To find out why Lost Words Beyond the Page is such a special world, let's join director Mark Backler and writer Rihanna Pratchett.
Hi, I'm Mark Backler. I'm the founder of Sketchbook Games and the creative director of Lost Words Beyond the Page.
I'm Rhianna Pratchett. I'm a writer for video games, film, TV and comics, and I wrote the script for Lost Words Beyond the Page, and I'm working on lots and lots of secret things.
At the moment, we're just putting the finishing touches to Lost Words for Steam,
Oh Gott, das ist Baba is me.
PS4, Xbox One, and
Baba is you. Baba is me.
So you play the game as Izzy, who is about sort of 11 or 12-ish, and she's just been given a journal for her birthday. She's always wanted to be a writer, so she starts writing. She has to deal with some difficult news about her gran, who gave her the journal in the first place, and she decides to write a story to cheer her gran up.
We see her go not just on a journey through the pages of her diary, but also through the fantasy world that she's been writing about.
The story starts to kind of reflect what's happening in the real world. And we use things like the 7 stages of grief as art inspiration, as music inspiration, as puzzle inspiration. And it's basically, you know, fantasy is a lens through which we can examine the real world. And this is a very
Sieht man die Federführung einer Frau, findest du schon? Ja. So schreibt kein Mann. Die Schrift ist viel zu perfekt. Das ist die Schrift, die eine Person hat, die viel schreibt. Gerade auch Geschichten für Kinder. Einfach um gut zu lesen.
Sort of show the evolution of some of the characters that you'll later be bumping into in Astoria, and different ideas that Izzy has had. The game is split into like 8 main chapters. Each one of those begins in the pages of the diary and then transitions into the world of Astoria sort of halfway through. Lost Words is out on the 6th of April on Steam, PS4, Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. So you can jump onto Steam and wishlist it right now.
Also auch wieder so ein Spiel, was schön aussieht. Sehr, sehr schön aussieht. Achso, das Spiel an sich, ja gut.
In space, no one can hear you scream.
Wieder?
Whoa, Nicole, I already used that intro.
Oh, really?
Im All hört dich niemand schreien.
Honestly, you had me at world premiere, so you could probably just
dumm, holy shit.
There.
World premiere.
Ach man. In a world. Merge games.
In the second era of the human empire, sonic matter was discovered in the galaxy of Neteron. It was here that humans decided to build the Metal Mother facility to harvest the sonic matter, the most precious element in the universe. But it wasn't long before they discovered they were not alone.
Ist das ein Space Shooter? Sick. Haunted Space. Der Name ist ein bisschen merkwürdig. Aber an sich das Spiel? Von dem, was man gesehen hat. Wenn es wirklich ein Space Shooter ist, à la Star Fox, dann hui.
One Steam review describes our next game
as Reservoir Dogs.
Well, I guess I'd be Mr. Interested.
It's time for guns, cars, and double-crossing galore in Cryptic Sea's truly unique Sub Rosa.
Devolver-Spiel. What the fuck? Wie sieht denn aus? Fahrt sie einfach alle um. Tut es. Das für ein Mafia-Zeug, also ohne Scheiß. Die sehen aus wie aus Pappmaché. Hauptsache, frisst ein Burger weiter. What the fuck? Worum geht's denn im Spiel?
We're pleased to confirm that Sub Rosa is available right now through Steam Early Access, so you can start building your criminal empire today.
Hurrah!
I hope you have your hankies ready.
Oh nein.
Return to one of the most emotional game series of recent years. Please welcome Zach Garris, Chief Creative Officer of Deck 9 Games, to give us a new look around Haven Springs.
Strange day.
They're definitely hiding something.
Alex, be careful. I am Zach Garris. I am the Chief Creative Officer at Deck 9 Games and the Game Director of Life is Strange. It's a brand new adventure in the Life is Strange universe. Coming off the heels of Making Before the Storm, we wanted to explore who we are as storytellers and what the franchise has to offer fans with new characters and a new set of
Collins, hilf mir.
Well, what do you think?
I love it.
Rammstein, steh mir bei.
Who plays Alex Chen.
Oh man.
Alex is a young woman who's just left the foster care system. She's had a very difficult childhood, but she's also now about to start something new, be out on her own and reunite with her older brother. Alex is not like other people though. Alex has a supernatural sensitivity to the emotional states of others. And it's not just the ability to read or be aware of other people's emotions. If people around her are feeling rage or grief or terror, the emotion overwhelms Alex and she feels it too. It gives her empathic connection with that person. It gives her insight into what's motivating whatever that person might be going through. Up until this point in her life, this has been a curse. This has alienated her from others. This has led to behavior people around her don't understand and probably mostly condemn. Welcome to Haven. For Life is Strange True Colors, we wanted to explore having more agency given to the player in terms of where they go, who they interact with, and the ownership that they can take over the story and over Alex's engagement with that town. And so we have built out a larger space than you typically see in a Life is Strange game, and I think we're very excited about the outcome and the result.
Alex, right? I'm Steph.
One of the most exciting components to Life is Strange True Colors is that Steph returns as a character. She was someone we discovered while making Before the Storm, a character
Die Power der
became a fan
Empathie.
favorite. We wanted to really
genau
take
das.
that character and do much more with her.
Tolle Superkraft nebenbei.
Partly it's a desire to continue to honor the depth and richness of the universe overall, that this is an interconnected place and that you're going to see from time to time characters from other adventures. I think part of what's really promising about the Life is Strange universe is its breadth, its depth, its potential, new stories, different walks of life.
Oh mein Gott, das ist der Michiru.
We're really shifting the franchise into more of an
Warum sieht das immer aus wie ein Michiru?
And so rather than order the titles sequentially, when they're not actually sequels necessarily, it made more sense to name each game according to what that story is and how that story is sort of participating in that larger universe. True Colors just fits for what Alex Chen's story becomes.
I'm glad you two met. Is this dude my best friend?
And this dude hands me the best beers?
When it comes to romance, Life is Strange True Colors offers players more choice than they've experienced in a Life is Strange game.
Ich sag voraus, das Spiel heißt True Colors, weil alle in diesem Dorf schwul oder lesbisch sind.
The kinds of relationships that you can develop throughout the whole town, and in particular, the relationships that you can have with both Ryan and Steph. who are integral to the storyline.
Der hat echt keine Figur lange Haare.
And in the shape of how the player chooses to engage with them in that story.
Ja, lange Haare sind schwer zu animieren, weiß man doch.
Sort of romantic interest for Alex. Life is Strange True Colors will be available in September on current and next-gen consoles and PC.
Allein dieser eine kurze Haarflip, den sie so hatte, als sie da vorbeikommt, so. Hat mehr gekostet, das ganze Spiel zusammen. Oh. Schwer zu animieren, das Zeug.
5 years ago, developers LKA wowed us with their psychological horror, The Town of Light. In 2021, they return with an all-new next-gen psychological
Da steht eine Person hier vorne.
Are you ready for Martha is Dead?
50 Meter Haare. Na, nicht übertreiben.
Will you tell me a bedtime story? Not tonight.
Ich finde nebenbei Haare bei Frauen, die irgendwo bis irgendwo die Hüfte gehen, ziemlich interessant. Sowas zu pflegen ist heftig. Ein Respekt davor. Meine Patentante hatte welche, die gingen bis über den Knien runter. Das war sehr interessant.
You have another daughter, you know? The one who is living, remember? What do you say, Irene? Julia's dead. What do you...
Rapunzel? Ja, Rapunzel muss nicht sein, Alter. Rapunzel, Alter. Uff. Jetzt hat er Beine verloren. Uff. Martha is dead. No, Martha. Don't die, Martha. He did. Oh.
Martha is Dead, published by Wired Productions, comes to PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC in 2021.
Do you ever look at the state of modern civilization and think, God, I could do so much better than this?
Yeah. I mean, have you seen 2021?
Well, time to put your money where your mouth is in Amplitude Studios' historical strategy epic, Humankind.
Oh, Humankind. Habe ich ein T-Shirt von. Die waren auf der Gamescom vor 2 Jahren, als der Gamescom war.
Amplitude wanted to create these huge, amazing foreign games. Games that the best of the genre we love so much.
Interessante...
You have one main innovation, which is
interessanter Twist an sowas wie Civilization, glaube ich, oder sowas. Oder Anno. Man fängt halt mit einer Basis an und diese Basis baut man aus. Also man nimmt irgendwo ein altertümliches, sagen wir, Ägypter. Fängt mit denen an, baut dann aus und ballert dann andere Zivilisationssachen mit rein, wie mitteleuropäisch, asiatisch oder sowas. Und dann verändert sich das ganze Zeug. Das kombiniert. Interessant.
Tell each other. If you look at, say, the First World War, what happened? It wasn't a direct engagement immediately. There was a lot of people getting roped in. Alliances playing off against each other. Negotiations. So, in order to be historically.
Ich würde niemals die Griechen einbauen. Die bringen nur die Demokratie mit. Das ist schlecht.
Things like bride or propose.
Wir sind alle bei Demokratie, aber das sind doof.
Nicely immediate. We don't want to have sort of a round-robin vote of everyone deciding what to do. We want you to get feedback interactions, make things feel nicely quick, immediate, impactful. Your civilization needs resources.
Robin, ich glaube, da fehlt ein D bei deinem HDF.
Units to build infrastructures and to boost its economy. You can acquire these resources either aggressively, by claiming territory and exploiting them yourself, or you can buy them from another civilization.
When a civilization's choices create a situation that is deemed offensive or otherwise unacceptable by another, a grievance is generated, transferring control of a border territory, paying a sum of money, changing a law or religion, joining a war, and so on. If the demand is refused, it can be used to justify declaring a war or breaking an alliance.
Once two civilizations have declared war, they'll need to think about their population's support for this war, or morale. This is a value that will tend to decrease over time because people get fed up with fighting a conflict. You can also damage the other side's morale by winning battles against them, by occupying their cities.
Ich weiß nicht, ob das Spiel
in Humankind, your empire's choices
Multiplayer hat.
To events and the civics that you choose will define your empire's ideology. So depending on these choices, I'll have an.
Aber wenn es Multiplayer haben sollte, müssen wir auf jeden Fall ein paar Runden spielen von dem Ding, ja.
It will be more or less difficult to go to war or to sign peace treaties. So, for instance, two civilizations that are very close will have trouble maintaining a war.
Bildschirmschoner.
It'll be a lot easier to sign treaties because the
Fun Fact,
populations
meine
feel,
Switch hat keinen Bildschirmschoner an. Ja? Ich hab den Scheiß ausgemacht, weil es mir jedes Mal den Bildschirm ausgeschaltet hat. In Cutscenes. Das war voll scheiße. Deswegen läuft die ganze Zeit die Uhr. Also die hier, die ganze Zeit im Kreis dreht sich das Ding. 17. August kommt. Cool. Eurem Sega.
Okay, that one I can't wait to get my hands on. What have we got coming up next?
Stimmt, ist ein Sega-Game.
Our next game was the breakout star of last month's PlayStation State of Play. To tell us more about the limb-snapping kung fu combat of Sifu, please welcome developers Slow Clap.
Oh, das haben wir angeschaut gehabt. Was war denn noch für ein Spiel? Ach, ja. Der Typ, der hier einen auf Karate-Kid macht und alles wegklatscht.
I'm from Slow Clap Studio, an independent game studio based in Paris, France. In Sifu, you play the role of a young kung fu student who is on a path for revenge after his whole family was assassinated by a squad of 5 mysterious assassins, and you will be on the hunt for the assassins of your family through 5 main environments. And as you move through these levels, you will have to use every tool at your disposal, whether it's your kung fu skills or
Damn, wieder den Typen an die Wand klatscht, ey.
To survive and prevail in dangerous combat situations. So you may have seen our real trailer in the recent State of Play, and today we're excited to share some more information about the game. Regarding combat, as you progress through the game, you'll encounter 5 bosses.
Oh, das geht schon teilweise echt hart weh. What the fuck?
To you, and who are basically the assassins of your family. These 5 bosses have been inspired by kung fu values and the 5 elements of Chinese mythology. So this is wood, fire, water, metal, and earth.
Metal vor allem.
As you saw in the trailer, when your character dies, he revives instantly where they fell, and when your character revives, your character will age every time. Kung Fu means literally mastery through practice, and this is really an important theme of the game because we want players to feel like they've learned Kung Fu as they've played the game and like actually gain this mastery.
Kung Fu beinhaltet auch anscheinend irgendwelche Rohre an Leute Kopf werfen.
Challenging game for sure.
Was auch immer funktioniert.
To how much you can age, of course, and they will be discussing more about what exactly happens when you do have that game over in the coming weeks and months prior to launch. Sifu will be released in 2021 on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and on the Epic Game Store.
Kein Xbox. Das ist doof.
Everyone will be kung fu fighting when Sifu hits PC, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5
Was passiert,
later in 2021.
Wenn man zu häufig stirbt? Will man einfach nur ein Skelett sein?
Spring showcase to an end. I want to see a huge thank you to
Whoa, Nicole, come on. Look, we can't end it there. In true Resident Evil fashion, there's always got to be one final boss form to fight.
You're right. Okay.
Komm, zeigt Village.
Yeah, I can find one more surprise. Roll the tape.
China? Oh no. Man kann keinem overgehen.
I know you are kind.
Ich höre nicht alles. Das ist ein bisschen anders. Wenn man Game Over geht, dann erwacht man an Ort und Stelle, nur ist älter. Na gut, wenn man immer älter wird, kann man immer sterben. Sag mir, dass es einen PC-Release von dem Spiel gibt.
You have no power here. Kena.
Hi.
würde ja sagen, hey, guck mal, euer nächster Overwatch-Charakter, aber das wird mir wahrscheinlich sogar abkaufen. Selbe Artstyle. Ziemlich Pixar-mäßig. Ein schönes Spiel. Smash? Ich bezweifle es. Hey, es kommt zu PC, nice. Aber eins muss man ja sagen, ne? Hey, Gebirges, es heißt nicht China, das heißt China.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching. Special thank you to Nicole and a very, very special thank you to the amazing developers.
Boah, das war wie lange jetzt?
You can head over to the Future Game Show page on Steam to add your favorite games from today's show to your wish list. And don't forget to check out gamesradar.com for all of your news, guides.
Ich hätte vielleicht doch nebenbei Fire Emblem weiterzocken sollen.
And I'm Nicole Tompkins. And this has been the third Future Game Show.
China heißt das mit Alles klar. Alles klar. Gut. Das war die Future Game Show. Spring Showcase. Kehren wir zurück zu Fire Emblem. Ja.